economy, a lot of people are interested in making money from home, whether that's for a side hustle or even for a full-time job. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make money from home by starting a t-shirt business. My name is Alex Vanover with DIY Alex, and I'm so glad that you're here. Because in this video, I'm going to show you how to start your t-shirt business with around $600 in equipment from Pro World. Now, I realize that $600 sounds like a lot of money, and it definitely is. But for starting a business, that's actually super affordable. Also, stick around until the end of this video because I'm going to give you my top 4 tips for starting a brand new business. Now, let's get into it. The equipment that I'm showing you in today's video is from one of Pro World's starter packages. First, it includes a heat press, and the heat press that I chose is the Trans Pro Slide. It has a 15-inch by 15-inch platen, and the bottom platen actually does have a slide. So when you go to apply the transfers to your t-shirt, you can simply pull out the bottom drawer to apply the shirt, and then push it back in to press your transfers. The package also includes $100 worth of credit to Pro World's website so that you can order your own custom Supacolor transfers. Buying the starter package does save you about $50 compared to if you bought the heat press and the Supacolor transfers separately. One of the most efficient ways to make money from home is to utilize Supacolor transfers along with your heat press. And this will save you tons of time because all you need to do is upload a full color image onto Pro World's website, and they will simply ship you the fully printed, ready to go transfer, and all you have to do is supply the shirts or other blanks you want to press it on and press it. That's it. You don't have to spend a ton of time by cutting out each individual color with a ton of different mats, and you don't have to worry about supplying every color of HTV under the sun just in case you need it for a design. Plus, Supacolor transfers are a little bit more versatile in the fabrics they can be applied to, so you don't have to worry about using high polyester count of fabric like you do with sublimation. If you're not familiar with Supacolor transfers, don't worry, I'll show you exactly how to press them. It's super easy. But before we get into the tutorial, I do want to take a second to thank Pro World for sponsoring today's video. I've been thinking for quite some time that I wanted to share with you guys some different ways to make money from home, and Pro World starter packages make it so simple, and they were generous enough to sponsor this video so that I could bring you this information. So thanks again to Pro World. Now, let me show you what to do. So to get started checking out Pro World's website, I recommend using the link that I have down in the description of this video that will take you straight to my Pro World landing page. Now this is really handy to have because I have the Supacolor custom transfer and Trans Pro heat press package right here on my landing page, which is what I'm going to show you how to work with today. But this page is also handy because I have a bunch of other starter kits that I recommend, as well as other products that I love from Pro World that you might want to check out. But if you want to learn more about this starter package, we'll go ahead and click it to open it up. You'll also notice that the package says it starts at $479. And that's true if you decide to go with the Trans Pro World heat press that does not have a slide. But if you want the same heat press that I showed you in the last clip, then you'll want to go to the Includes drop-down menu and choose the Trans Pro Slide heat press, which will add $50 onto your package. I really think that that's a great value. Plus, if you're concerned about making a lot of shirts and burning your fingers, then having the slide on the bottom of the heat press is awesome. Then you'll see it also includes the 2 Supacolor $50 coupons, which is a total value of $100. Do keep in mind that these coupons do have to be used in separate orders. So it's 2 $50 coupons that you can use in 2 separate orders on Pro World's website. But if you choose to go through with this package, you click add to cart, you check out all those amazing things. Then while your heat press is shipping to you, you're going to receive an email with those 2 coupon codes to the Supacolor transfers. And I want to show you how to order those in case you've never done it before, just to walk you through the whole process. So when you go to order your transfers, you're going to start at this menu bar at the top of Pro World's website and click on Custom Transfers. Then you have some different options when you get to the Custom Transfers page, but the product I'm going to show you how to work with today is the Supacolor Wearable Custom Heat Transfers. You do want to keep this in mind because
Wearable transfers are best if you're going to be using cotton or poly-cotton blends of your garments. If you're going to be using the 100% polyester type of shirts, then you'll want to consider the blocker type of transfers because those are made to go on 100% polyester. So keep in mind the type of garments you're planning on pressing before you choose the type of Supacolor transfers you want. But to go ahead and order, you'll go ahead and click Learn More and Order, and you'll see all kinds of information. Something else I do want to point out to you is that the minimum is 10 for these transfers. So that means you have to buy at least 10 of each design, which is completely fine, I think, because you're going to have a little bit of a learning curve anyway. So you're definitely going to want to have some extras on hand. But if you start buying larger quantities, you do get some bigger discounts. And you can learn more about that if you click on the pricing link right here. Another option you have is to either upload your own designs, whether those are designs that you've created yourself or designs that you've downloaded from places like Etsy or Creative Fabrica, like where my design is from. Both of those are options. If you're not exactly sure what kind of design you want to create for your transfer, you can click the Start with a Design Template link, and you can start with some of the templates that ProWorld has linked on their website. This is perfect if you want to design a garment for, say, something like a family reunion or an order that somebody has asked you to create a custom design for their shirts. But if you're uploading your own design, the first step is to choose the transfer size. So from the drop-down menu, I'm going to choose the 11.7 by 8.3 size, and then click Design Heat Transfer. Once you get to this next page, you can click the Upload Image button and select the file from your computer. I'm going to be using this Fall Vibes design that I downloaded from Creative Fabrica. Then I'll just choose Open. Then next, this little box will pop up. And if you uploaded a PNG type of file like I did, which already has a transparent background, you can just choose the Keep Original button, and that's going to be fine. But if you uploaded, say, something like a JPEG file that has a background, you can click the Remove White Background button, or you can remove all white. If the garments that you're going to be pressing on are already white, you can get rid of all the white in your design. I'm going to keep the Keep Original button selected and then choose Continue. Then under Color Profile in the drop-down menu, you'll want to choose Full Color, and then choose Finish. Once your design uploads, then you can go ahead and position it on the transfer. So I'm just going to take mine into the corner and then use the handle and kind of drag it out to take up as much room as I can. But you want to be cautious to not make it too wide and look distorted. So pay attention to that when you're adjusting your design. Then when you're happy with the way it looks, go ahead and click the Next Step button. And here is where you can go ahead and enter the quantity of the designs you want to print. Remember, the quantity has to be at least 10, but you can order a lot more than that. And I believe if you order more than 20, you start getting a bit of a discount on the transfers. Then once you choose the quantity, you can click the Get Price button, and we can see that our items are going to be $66.70. So then we'll choose Buy Now, and we definitely want to save our design. I'm going to call mine Fall Vibes 2 because I've already uploaded a similar design. Then I'll click the Add to Cart button. Keep in mind, if you don't already have an account on ProWorld, you may have to leave this page and create an account in order to save that design. Here you can add any notes about your design if you wish. Then you can click the Continue button. Then when you get to the checkout screen, you're going to take that coupon code that you received through your email and put that under the Apply Discount Code section. So you'll just paste that in there so that you'll get $50 off of your order. Keep in mind that shipping and taxes are not included in the price of your transfers, so that's why the total is a little bit higher than what we saw on the last screen. Then you can go ahead and proceed through the process of ordering your transfers, and once they're printed, they'll be shipped out to you. Like I mentioned before, remember that you do have to use the coupons in 2 separate transactions, so you can only use $50 of credit at a time. Also note that these coupons do expire 3 months after you receive them, so make sure that you utilize these in a timely manner before they expire. But now that you've seen how to order your Supacolor transfers, let's head over to my heat press and I'll show you how to press your transfers.
Once you receive your Supacolor transfers in the mail, then all you have to do is press them. So let me show you the process for how to do that. The first thing that you need to do is choose the blank or the garment that you're going to be pressing your Supacolor transfers onto. Now, the wearable Supacolor transfers are perfect for cotton and poly cotton blends. If you decide to use a garment that is 100% polyester, then you want to order a different type of Supacolor transfer besides the wearables. I personally am going to be using a Gildan soft style t-shirt, which is 50% cotton and 50% polyester. Then once your garment is chosen, next it's time to prepare your heat press. To begin preparing your heat press, you want to set it to 320 degrees for 12 to 15 seconds. I personally press mine with 15 seconds, but a range of 12 to 15 seconds is fine. The next key to Supacolor transfers is to get very, very firm pressure. Now I want to show you the best way to get really firm pressure on your heat press so that you know it's going to be enough to press your transfers correctly. To get started, turn your pressure knob until the pressure is so high that you can't completely close your heat press. So let me show you where I'm starting from. So it's literally too strong for me to push it all the way closed. Then I'm gonna take my pressure knob and I'm gonna turn it 1/2 to 1 full turn at a time, and I'm gonna keep testing that pressure until I can actually close my press. So I'll start by doing about maybe a 3/4 turn, and it's still too tight for me to close my press. So then I'll do another turn. And that's a little bit challenging for me to do. So I might do like another maybe 1/4 turn, see if that works any better. Yep. So it's just until I can get my press closed is firm enough pressure for your Supacolor transfers. Next, to get started pressing your transfers, you want to lay your garment or your blank out on the platen of your heat press. If your heat press has a slide, this is when you can pull the drawer out to place your garment onto your platen. I'm gonna place mine about like this, and I'm gonna end up moving my collar off of the platen after the pre-press. But the first step is to pre-press your garment for 3 to 5 seconds to remove any moisture or wrinkles. After your pre-press is finished, next it's time to lay your transfer onto your garment. So we're gonna lay it with the pretty side up onto our garment, about 3 inches below the collar. The way that I like to measure 3 inches is just by putting my fingers like this and measuring down approximately 3 inches from the bottom of that collar. And one thing I like to do if I can is to actually pull the shirt so that the neck seams are off of the platen. This is going to ensure that I get really, really nice and even pressure. Then before you press your transfer, you do want to cover it with either a Teflon sheet or a piece of parchment paper to make sure that your press is protected. But before I press this, I want to talk about peeling, because peeling Supacolor transfers is the absolute key to getting these correct. So I'm going to press this for 15 seconds on my heat press. But the key here is to peel very hot and immediately after I open my press. So I'm gonna open my press, I'm not even gonna pull out the slide, I'm just gonna begin peeling. And the way that you need to peel is by starting in one of the corners of the transfer, it doesn't matter which one, and we're gonna peel from that corner in a fast and smooth motion as quickly as we can after we raise that platen. You have about 2 seconds to begin your peel, otherwise you risk messing up your transfer, so you want to move very, very quickly here. So now when I'm ready, I'm gonna go ahead and push my slide in, lock it in place, and fix that Teflon sheet onto my shirt. Then I'll lower the handle on my heat press and complete this press. Then as soon as I open it, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to move the Teflon sheet and peel nice and quick. And as long as you peel quickly, it's really, really easy to do. But like I said, sometimes this does take some practice. And it looks absolutely gorgeous on our shirt, but we do have one final step of a post press. So after you peel off the original carrier sheet, you do want to cover your transfer one more time with either parchment paper or a Teflon sheet, and press again for 2 to 4 seconds to seal down the sides of the transfer. And pull your drawer out and pull off your Teflon sheet. Oh my goodness, you guys, the transfer turned out beautifully. Look how bright and vivid those colors are, and they just really pop on this t-shirt. Now that you've seen how to press Supacolor transfers, please tell me that you're obsessed with this quality. I love that it's so colorful without having to go mat by mat with a million colors of HTV on your Cricut machine. And I love the different fabrics that wearable Supacolor transfers are adhered to, because I would much prefer to wear a cotton or a cotton poly blend t-shirt on an everyday type of basis rather than something like a 100% polyester shirt like you would need with sublimation. And that's why I think that Supacolor transfers are such a genius business idea if you want to make money from home. So if you're ready to get started, check out my link down in the description below. It's a DIY Alex landing page over on the Pro World website. It includes the package that I just showed you with the Supacolor transfers and a few different options for heat presses, plus some of my other favorite products over from Pro World. So go check it out down in the description below. Now, like I promised, let's go ahead and get into some tips about starting a business so that you can make money from home. My first business tip for you, and probably the most important one of all, is to practice creating your items and get feedback before you sell anything. The number one mistake that I see business owners make is they receive all of their equipment and they immediately take an order for someone's family reunion shirts. They want to make 50 shirts right away and they've never made a single product. And let me tell you why that's not a good idea. First of all, that's going to be super stressful. And secondly, you don't know about the performance of your products. You need to try and practice creating your products so that you know you're using the right settings on your Supacolor transfers and that your t-shirts are really good quality and you like how they fit and they hold up really well in the wash. So the ideal way that you would start a business, or what I would recommend you do, is to take your first couple of shipments of transfers and practice creating those products and then either use them yourself or give them to your friends and family to use and ask them for feedback. Do you like how the shirts wear and do you like how they wash? Do you like the way that everything fits? Did the Supacolor transfers hold up? AKA, did you press them correctly? Things like that are going to be such good information so that as soon as you start selling your items, then you can make sure that you can guarantee the quality because they've been tried and tested. And also another little bonus tip that leads me to my next one is if your friends and family are willing to message you those pieces of feedback, you can screenshot with their permission what they say about the quality if the answer is good, and you can use those as social proofs that your products are the best. So you may have already guessed it, but my second tip for you is to utilize social media for your marketing. Social media is a free tool that can give you so much exposure, especially if you get really good at it, and it can grow your business as big as you'd like. You may or may not already know that I'm super passionate about the power of social media, and I know it can be really, really overwhelming to get started. So I can't go on and on about it here, but I'll give you a few tips for getting started. So the first thing you need to establish is what social media platform that you're going to try and grow on. I recommend picking one and at maximum 2 different platforms because you don't want to stress yourself out trying to make an account in all of the places. And also pick a platform that you like posting on personally. You're going to be spending a lot of time here, so you need to make sure that it's a platform that you enjoy spending time on. Then create an account using your business name. But here's the thing. Please do not get caught up in trying to create a business name. Do not spend 3 years and 25 days trying to come up with the perfect business name, okay? If you need some really simple inspiration, start with your name and then, creations or makes or something like that. Alex Vanover Creates, bam. Because you can always change your name later, but you need to begin marketing as soon as you can. Then step number 3 is just to start posting. You can learn about all the details later, ways to increase your reach and grow your audience, but what you need to do is get your products, practice using them, and then start posting about them. Start posting photos of what you're making, videos of what you're making, start posting the messages that your friends and family send you when they really, really love your products. You can crop out their name and all that other stuff, but that makes really, really great social proof that your products are the best. You can learn all along the way as you go, but the faster that you start learning on social media, the quicker that you'll be able to grow your business. My third tip for you when starting your business is to track your income and expenses. I know firsthand how intimidating the financial side of running a business can be, because that was one of the things that held me off from starting a business, because I was terrified and I had no idea how to do something like that. So let me explain a super simple method of tracking your income and expenses that I used when I first started my business. So to get started, just simply create a Google Sheet, and on one tab at the bottom, I want you to record all of your income. So in each column, you need to have a date, the amount that you made, where it came from, and any notes about that income. Then create a second tab at the bottom of your Google Sheet called Expenses, and repeat all the same columns. You need a date, you need an amount of money, what you spent the money on, so physically write it out, or I guess where you spent the money, along with any notes about that expense that you want to keep in your Google Sheet. Then just hang on to all of the receipts for everything that you spend. Ideally, if you can give invoices and receipts to your customers, that's helpful as well. And that's a super easy way to track your income and expenses. The reason it's best to start right when you start your business is so that when it comes to tax time, then you'll have all the information right in front of you, so you know exactly what you need to put on your taxes. Plus, it'll be helpful at the end of the year for you to examine whether or not you made a profit, if you broke even, or if you can report a loss. I recommend tracking from day one, and it'll make your life so much easier. Tip number 4 that I have for you is about starting your business. I get a ton of questions about the legal and the tax side of running a business. And I want to tell you first that I am not a lawyer, I am not an accountant, and I do not have the authority to give you legal or tax advice. But when it comes to knowing what the requirements are for starting a business, if you live in the United States, I want you to start like this. Go to Google and type in the search bar, how to start a business in blank, and fill in the blank with your state. So how to start a business in Kentucky. That's where I live. And you'll get all the information that you need about starting a business, because different states have different requirements for at what point you need to declare yourself a business officially. And of course, you may want to consider talking to an accountant when it comes to tax time about how to claim that information on your taxes, but just start with a simple Google search. Another pro bonus tip is that having a business requires a lot of research. So a lot of times you're not going to find a single website with all the information. You might have to compile the information from multiple websites, and always double check that you're getting your information from a credible website. So make sure that the information about taxes is from an IRS website or from an accountant themselves and things like that. Make sure that you're looking at your state's website when it comes to the requirements for starting a business in your state. So I hope that helps simplify things a little bit. I promise you that if I can start a business, you can start a business too, whether you just want to do this as a side hustle and make some money from home, or if you want this to become your full-time gig at some point, you got this. Do you have a side hustle so you can make money from home? Let me know down in the comments below. If you learned something in this video, then make sure to give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe to DIY Alex for more videos a lot like this one every single week. And if we're not already connected on social media, then use the links down in the description below to find me on all your favorite social media platforms. All the hearts.